focused. I guess we're focused. What is going on, guys? So I'm looking down because I got you guys down here. I have a remote view of the camera right now. I'm recording on the GH5 or GH5. I'm over here getting ahead of myself. GH4. But what's going on? So I just got home. I've been out and I just got back and I haven't ate pretty much all day except the morning. But I got me some Chipotle, which is okay. Chipotle is okay. But since we're doing this whole vlogging thing every day, I'm like, crap, I gotta pick up the camera right now, at least, because I haven't vlogged at all the whole entire day. This is what we're doing. I'm in my kitchen right now, and I'm thinking that I need to get like a different type of tripod, because I was wanting to set it on my kitchen island, which right now it's kind of messy, as you can kind of tell down here. See, but I need to get like a different type of tripod, something flexible, and I forget what it's called, like a gorilla pod or something, and set this camera on there so I can just set it anywhere I go, or anywhere. So yeah, I think I might do that. I think that might be on my wish list for Christmas, since Christmas is coming up. But how are you guys? I got good feedback yesterday, so I mean, I saw a lot of you like the video yesterday and excited for the vlog, so it motivated me to make more vlogs and keep on going with these. Every day we're vlogging for Christmas or for December, so VLOGMAS, and yeah, let's keep on doing this. I'm gonna eat real quick and then I'm gonna get back to videos because I need to make some videos today for sure. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what have you asked for, or what are you going to be asking for Christmas? I need some ideas because I don't know what I want, and so I need to make my list already. I know with my family, we're actually this year, I think we're doing Secret Santa. So normally, if you guys have been watching the vlogs like for the past couple years, I usually vlog every Christmas, and we always have like the big like Christmas where, I mean, we all get gifts for each other. So it's a family of like, what is it, 8 of us. So we all get like 8 presents for each other, or from each other. So eight gifts in total, right? So yeah, I don't think this year we're going to be doing that. I think this year we're just going to keep it to just 1 gift per person, and kind of, I mean, that saves not only time but also money. So yeah, because usually, I mean, I don't know, we normally get what each person wants, but then we get more than what we want. So because sometimes you like don't know what else to get that person, and yeah, so I know with me, my little sister and my older sister, we usually like, I always ask them, hey, what'd you get mom or dad? And then I just try to get something else that they may want. And if they already got them what they wanted, it's like, what do I give them now? I don't know. But yeah, anyways, this year, pretty much, we're doing Secret Santa. I actually just picked, or we picked who we wanted on Thanksgiving. Or not who we wanted, but who we picked randomly out of a piece of paper. So I need to see what they want, or what I should get them. I don't know. I need to figure it out. But I don't want these vlogs to all be me just sitting down and just talking or rambling for the whole entire vlog. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat and then pick this up somewhere else. So yeah, unless if y'all like that, let me know in the comments below if y'all like these type of vlogs where I kind of just chat with you guys and see what's going on and stuff. Like, I don't know. Let me know. Today is December 2nd, so yeah. What is going on, guys? So as you can tell, it's a little lit up here in the house because it's daylight time. It's actually the morning now. I passed out last night, and then I woke up this morning and I was like, crap, I never posted the vlog for day number 2 of VLOGMAS. So oh man. And then I was like, I don't know what I should talk about, but I thought about it. I'm like, wait, yesterday or the day before, or the first vlog, or for day 1, I was like, I was going to talk about a story of what happened to my iPhone 10, or like the whole entire thing of exactly how it went down and stuff. So that's what I'm about to talk about right now. So let's sit down and talk about it real quick. This vlog is probably going to be a little long because it's a lengthy story, because up until like yesterday or 2 days ago, it still has been going on, or like it just pretty much concluded the whole thing. But let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. So the iPhone, remember how like 2-3 vlogs ago, I was supposed to pick that phone up, right? Went to go pick it up at UPS because I called them. I'm like, hey, can you hold it for me and I'll go pick it up? And I called them like the day before, like early in the day. I was supposed to get it delivered on Friday. It still hadn't shipped to the facility, like it was still out of state. So what I did was I called them the day before. I was like, hey, let me just go ahead and pick it up. Can you hold it for me at the facility and not have it put on the truck? And they confirmed everything. They're like, yeah, you're good. And I asked them, what time do you think I can pick it up? Because I've never picked up a package at the facility where I called in. I'm like, hey, just hold it for me and I'll go pick it up myself. So they told me that the facility opened up at 7 and I could just go in there at 7 o'clock and pick it up. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I kept tracking it throughout the night and see what the status was. And then in the morning when I woke up, I was supposed to go pick it up, and I ended up going up there like around 8:30. All right, I'm pretty angry right now because I recorded the whole entire clip, my whole story, and I didn't realize that there was no, or my camera was not recording at all because it ran out of space on my memory card. So I think where I left off, I looked back at the footage and see what the last thing I recorded was. All right, so I called them, or I told them, like, hey, what time can I pick it up? I can pick it up at 7 o'clock, right? 7 a.m. I'm like, cool. So the next morning I woke up and it was around 8:30 when I got there, because I left around like 8 o'clock. It took me about 30 minutes to get there. So that day my schedule was this. I was planning on going to pick that up, and then after that, I had a therapy appointment, a therapy session with my chiropractor. And in case you're not aware of what's going on, why I'm going through therapy, I talked about it a couple of vlogs ago. Actually, probably the last 4 or so vlogs, we're talking about the incident where, yeah, pretty much my leg is damaged. I had an accident, and that accident has caused me to go through therapy because I couldn't walk for about 2 weeks straight. It really sucked. But I'm still swollen till this day, and it's been over a month and a half now. So yeah, so I'm going through that right now. But that day I still couldn't walk. I mean, that day it was like 2 weeks, almost barely. I could. At that time, I think I could start walking. Like I could walk a little bit better, but I was still walking with a limp. But yeah, I had a therapy session afterwards, which was at 10 o'clock. So I got there at 8:30. I was like, all right, I'll get there at 8:30, pick up my package, pick up my iPhone, and then I'll be done by no later than 9 o'clock. So then I can go all the way to my therapy session, which was pretty much almost an hour away from where I was at the moment. But I got there and they're like, oh, is it an iPhone 10? I'm like, I mean, why does that really matter? That's my personal business. That's my package. So they're like, well, if it's an iPhone 10, then you can't pick it up until noon. I'm like, why can't I pick it up until noon? It told me that it had actually texted me on my phone saying that it was ready to be picked up. My package was ready to be picked up. So that was as I was on my way there. So in my head, I was like, all right, perfect. I can get there. I can pick it up. No problem, right? So I get there. They're like, you can't pick it up until noon. We were not getting them until noon. I'm like, so why did I get a message saying that it's ready to be picked up? I don't get it. So they're like, well, all the iPhone 10s are getting shipped on the same exact truck. So if you're an iPhone 10 or if you have an iPhone 10, it'll be here around noon. It'll be dropped off, so I can pick it up then. So I was like, oh, man, that just ruined, like that just messed up my whole schedule, right? So I got mad and we went back and forth, and pretty much, I mean, we didn't get anywhere because they didn't have the package. But I mean, I didn't understand that. I'm like, why? I don't get it. Why don't y'all have it? And it says that y'all have it and it's ready to be picked up. But anyways, I left. I called customer care because I was still frustrated. So I called UPS. UPS is the people that we're talking about in this whole story, by the way. So UPS, United Postal Service, I think that's what they stand for, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it stands for. I really never really checked. I never really checked. But I called their customer service on the phone, and I was like, hey, this is what happened. And they're like, oh, we're sorry, but that's probably what you need to do. We don't know what's going on, but we can't call them. I'm like, what? It makes no sense. They couldn't call the facility, which is so weird. The way they communicate back and forth is dumb, to be honest, because they have to email each other and then they have to send a message, and then from there they can call the customer care, but the customer care can't call that. I don't know, I don't get it. Something like that. But anyways, I told them. They're like, well, we're sorry, and just come back, or just go back there at noon and pick up your package. I'm like, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I don't have time for this. Let me go to my chiropractor appointment, which by the way, was across like town the opposite way. So I had to go basically back to my apartments, and then past my apartments, and then go another 20-30 minutes. So overall, from the UPS center to my chiropractor, it was an hour away, like 50 minutes or so. So that was upsetting too, because then I'm like, I had to go all the way over there. Then I had to come all the way back. But I got my chiropractor session done. It was around 11 a.m. when I was done. So I'm like, okay, perfect timing. I can go back, which would take like an hour to get there. And I got back to the UPS center around noon, like noon right on the dot, I think it was. So I got there, and then I was like, all right, I'm here to pick up my package. But the thing is, there's like 20-30 people waiting for their package pickup as well, because it looks like several other people also got their iPhone 10s scheduled for pickup. And yeah, they're all scheduled for to pick up the iPhone 10. Sounds like, oh my gosh, it feels like I'm at an Apple store waiting to pick up my package. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I thought I could just come in, pick it up, and go. So another thing too with the whole, because they did say, they had a sign there. They're like, if you're picking up an Apple product, you have to have your ID, and it has to show the shipping address that's on your package. And that's another thing that I spoke to the day before to a representative when I told them, hey, I want to pick it up. And they scheduled my stuff to be picked up at the facility. I'm like, hey, is there going to be an issue with the address? Because my ID, because of course I understand the whole ID thing, because of course they don't want to release it to someone that's not even the package is not even for. So yeah, I told them like, hey, my ID shows my old address, but I moved into some new apartments, and I never got my ID replaced because I was just going to be living here 1 year. So I'm like, why get a new ID if I'm going to be just living here temporarily? So they're like, oh, well, do you have a bill statement or something that shows your current address that is going to show on the shipping label? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. They're like, all right, just bring that and then you'll be good. Just bring that and then your ID, and that way they can match it up and stuff. I'm like, all right, cool, perfect. So I brought those documents with me just in case, and then that's what I told the person at the UPS place. I'm like, well, I spoke to customer care or customer service yesterday, and they told me just to bring this and this, and y'all could help me out. They're like, no, it needs to show your ID needs to show your current address. And I right there, I got mad. So this was before I started waiting, because I wanted to get this out of the way. I'm like, hey, let me just ask you this quick question before I wait here, and then there's some problems. So yeah, I was like, hey, this is the situation, and they're like, well, you need to get something that shows your address. And I was like, how am I supposed to do that? If my package is here, how am I supposed to get something? They're like, well, you have to do what everyone else does. I'm like, what does everybody else do? Like, they go get it changed to their current address. I'm like, that really made me mad. Like, the tone, the way he told me was like very sarcastic and very rude. I was like, I got pissed. I really got pissed off. So yeah, I got mad, and I was like, damn, I'm so mad because, one, I'm thinking I can't pick up the package now, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And right then and there, I was kind of like, I was asking him, like, I was like, all right, so y'all can't do that? Y'all not gonna be able to give me the package today? And I was waiting for him to say yes or no, and then he just kept repeating the same thing. Well, it says here that we need to have, because they printed out a sign. They made a sign on a piece of paper saying, if your ID does not match the shipping label, then we can't release the package. Which, I mean, that's totally understandable. But the thing is, like, what the representative told me over the phone, that should be valid as well, as long as it has all the correct information on that state. Like, if it's a bill statement for your rent or something, then they should be verified like that as well. Personally, I think so. But anyways, so I got mad. I was like, that's pretty messed up. So yeah, and then I told him, like, well, it says here these are devices shipped from Apple. Mine's not being shipped from Apple. And they're like, oh, it's not? I'm like, no, it's being shipped from T-Mobile. So they're like, oh, okay, well, that completely changes everything. I was like, oh my gosh. And then they're like, yeah, these are only for the packages that are shipped directly from Apple. If you got an iPhone 10 from elsewhere and it's getting shipped here, or it's getting shipped by us, then that's fine. You can just show us your ID and show us your statement, and we're good. I'm like, oh my gosh, all right, cool. So I decided to stay, of course, to wait for my package. People were getting their name calls. They're like, hey, blah blah. They pick up their package, they leave, right? So it was kind of going fast. So I'm like, all right, so soon I'll get my name called. And I was just looking at the packages that they were having, because they actually had like a little truck. Some guy from the warehouse, they would load the whatever packages that they just got and drive it across the big parking lot that they have, because it's a pretty big facility. Because it's the facility place where you pick it up is pretty small, but the warehouse is huge, like across the parking lot. So yeah, they came in their little truck and dropped off all the packages. So I was looking and waiting for T-Mobile boxes to get delivered, because T-Mobile boxes, they're black and they say the T-Mobile logo on there, which kind of sucks. I think they should definitely change their packaging, because people are going to know it's a device from T-Mobile. So yeah, I was looking for a box with the T-Mobile sign and everything. So I saw several boxes getting dropped off, and I'm like, all right, cool. One of them's probably mine. Cool. I wasn't thinking that my package was not going to be there, which, spoiler, my package wasn't there. After they called everybody, they're like, all right, well, that's everybody. They're like, whose name didn't I call? And then there's 4 people there still, or 5 people there. There's 5 people still waiting, and they're like, where's our packages? Like, where's our iPhones? So we're pretty disappointed at the time. And they're like, well, let's just wait, because we're gonna see if we maybe just didn't load it on this little truck, and it's probably still sitting at the warehouse. So I still had hope, and 20-30 minutes passed by. They come back, they're like, well, we didn't see anything else there, so y'all are probably, we can give you guys a call back. And my whole thing was, I was not trying to go back there. I already had to go there an extra time that was not even, I wasn't planning on going back for the second time. So then they're like, well, y'all probably have to come back later today. If we find it, we'll give you guys a call, leave us y'all's phone number that we can reach you guys at. And if we do find it after the fact that we're closed, then y'all can just come back on Monday. I was like, why on Monday? They're like, we're closed on Saturday and Sunday. I was like, oh my gosh. So that kind of ruined everything, right? Because my plan was to get the phones, make a video that day on something over the iPhone 10s. So yeah, I was planning on getting my package, going to the chiropractor, coming back home, and then just start working on some stuff, right? That wasn't the case. I pretty much spent the entire whole first half of my day up until like 3 o'clock just trying to see what I needed to do about the iPhone 10s. Like, there's no way for me to go pick them up at a store, because I could have just gone to a store or gone to the Apple store. There's no stores that had them in stock by that time. So I was pretty disappointed that I didn't get my iPhone. I saw everybody on social media, hey, I just got my iPhone, hey, this, that, blah, blah. And yeah, normally I'm those people too. I'm like, oh, I just got this iPhone, check this out, blah, blah, right? So not this time. And this iPhone 10 was kind of a big deal, personally. Like, it was a 10-year anniversary iPhone, and especially with the whole YouTube thing, like, I feel like I could have made a video, and I don't know, it just backed up everything. It ruined all the plans that I had originally. So then come Monday, my package is nowhere to be found, right? I call them, like, hey, I was just checking in to see if y'all found my package over the weekend or on Friday. they're like, oh, we still haven't found yours or the other people that were here as well with you. I was like, oh my gosh. And then pretty much just to kind of skip everything, in the end, I had to go through all this hassle of filing the report that it got lost, which I don't think got lost. I think someone stole it from UPS, to be completely honest. Someone stole it, and whoever you are, you suck. I had to go through the hassle of doing an investigation with that, like filing a case or a claim or something. And then I also had to call T-Mobile to do a handset research form for that as well, saying that it got lost. And yeah, it was a big hassle. And literally yesterday was December 1st. This happened on October or November 3rd was supposed to be the day I got it. So say about 5 to 7 days later, that's when we kind of started the whole investigation on it, because pretty much it was nowhere to be found. Oh, and also at that, like, they kind of got my hopes up, because they're like, oh, well, if it's not here, then maybe for some reason it got loaded onto the truck, and you might be expecting it at home that day. So I came home and expecting, I was like waiting until 6-7 o'clock, because that's normally when sometimes the shipments come through, and I was just waiting and waiting, and it was like 9 p.m. and I'm like, all right, it's not coming anymore. It's already past the time. So my hopes were up, thinking that I might, for some reason, had gotten it right then and there, or that day still. But yeah, that's probably something they told me. It's like, just I can leave, so I can just leave or something. I don't know. I literally on December 1st, on Saturday, December 1st, that morning, yesterday, I got my, well, actually not yesterday, but 2 days ago, December 1st. No, December 2nd, sorry. December 2nd is when I got my refund. Because T-Mobile, I mean, they refunded my card that I paid the phone on. But up until yesterday, so the past several weeks, I've been calling and I'm like, hey, I haven't got my refund back. And they're like, oh, wait 5 to 7 business days or something, or 3 to 5 business days. Waited that amount, then I had to call them back. I'm like, hey, still haven't got it back. I just had to go through all this hassle, and just yesterday, I got my refund back. So it took a long time for it to be all said and done and get my refund back. And up until then, I was still on the hunt for an iPhone 10. It didn't happen until the week of Thanksgiving. That Tuesday or Wednesday, I finally got my hands on an iPhone 10, and I picked one of those up. But at that time, I also, I think that morning when I found one, I actually ordered another one, which was a space gray model, because the one I picked up in store, it was a silver model, which I don't know if I want that one. I kind of like the space gray. That's the one that I ordered in the very beginning. So here I am. I ordered a phone on the launch day, which was the space gray 64 gig. I ended up finding a phone like 2 to 3 weeks later at a store, which was a silver. So I never got the first one, because they finally said, they're like, hey, it's lost, we're refunding your money, right? The second one, or the second one that I bought, which was in store, I got that one. I was using that one for a few days, but on the same day I ordered that phone, or I think the day before, 2 days before, I had ordered another phone. No, actually, it was like a week before. So around November 18th or so, I ordered a space gray, because I'm like, I don't know when I'm getting my refund. I just need to order this. So I was trying to get my refund first to just use that money to buy another iPhone, but I never got it that soon. I still had to wait several days. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and purchase another one. And the thing was that they were back ordered, so I was trying to find one as soon as possible, and I finally found one that it'll be shipped like in a week or two. So I'm like, I'll just do it now. I'll just go ahead and have it, and I'll just wait, because if I keep waiting, it might get longer and longer for the shipping date. So that was my big thing. It was on back order from the get-go, and the original one that I was supposed to get it on day one, but by that time, all the devices were back ordered, right? So I found a silver one in store. This was about a week after I pre-ordered, or I ordered another one, but it was back ordered until early December. And then I got the silver one. So a few days later, this was Thanksgiving week, when I found the iPhone 10, the silver, in store. So I purchased it in store, and then the next week, the next Monday, which was the Monday after Thanksgiving, which was just this past week, I got a confirmation saying your order has been shipped of the space gray. So I'm like, okay, so it's barely about going to be a week that I got the other one, and I'm already getting the space gray model. So I'm like, all right, perfect. So now, about a week apart, I get both phones. That's why I got two phones. Sounds like that song, right? So I get both phones, and then now that leads me to where I'm at now. I have two iPhone 10s. After that whole hassle and after everything, but what I was saying yesterday is that it might be helpful for you guys. So I called T-Mobile. I called them several times, to be honest. Like, it might take a while, but if you ever have a situation like this, you might want to call T-Mobile a few times, several times, and tell them, hey, this is the situation. Why haven't I got a refund? Blah blah. And in the end, they gave me a $200 credit on my account. So right now I'm negative 200. So I have pretty much my next bill or two paid for. That made me happy, and I was like, all right, okay, I guess it was worth it. But then again, I don't know. I don't know if it was worth the whole time that I wasted. I mean, yeah, I wasted a lot of time. And a lot of time calling here to UPS, to T-Mobile, UPS, T-Mobile, all this stuff. I kept going back and forth, right? I never got my original phone. That's completely lost. And lost, I guess you could say, stolen. I found an iPhone 10 silver, which I don't know if I'm going to keep because I really want the space gray. Like, that's the original one that I ordered. So I got the space gray model in as well. So now I have two phones. So my question is, I don't know if I should keep the silver or the space gray. I actually posted on social media. I'm like, which one do y'all like better? Just to get other people's opinions. And everybody's leaning towards the space gray. So I'm kind of happy that I'm going to be probably keeping the space gray. I still have both of them, and I still have a few days to decide because there's a 14-day return policy on the iPhone 10. So I might take the silver back. But that's my long story, guys. If you stayed up until the end, hit that like button, and let me know what crazy. Have you ever had an experience where you get your package lost, and what was the outcome of it? Was it something like, was it worth it? Was it worth losing it? Because for me, I mean, I don't know, $200. I guess it was kind of worth it. Let me know your crazy mail stories, and hopefully y'all stayed up until the end. And like I said, hit the like button if you enjoyed this vlog. This is something I wanted to talk about, and it made the vlog long now. And instead of it just being like 5 minutes, yeah, here's the 20-minute vlog of my story. All right, thanks a lot for watching, and hit the like button, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What's your crazy mail story, or do you have something similar to this where you had to wait and go through all this hassle? And I don't know, just tell me, leave something in the comments below. I like to hear your stories or your opinions of this.